Sue, the city is fining you. Please, let me help for free.
I've worked all my life, son. I won't take charity.
It's not charity, it's just neighbors looking out for neighbors.
Keep your money, Sue. Your smile is the only payment I need.
I've felt like a burden for years. You've changed that.
You're not a burden. You're a part of this community.
When I first knocked on Sue's door and offered to clear her jungle of a yard, the flash of pride in her eyes told me everything I needed to know. She is 82 years old, a woman who has spent her entire life standing on her own 2 feet. And the thought of accepting a handout was more painful to her than the sight of her own yard being swallowed by waist-high grass. It is a straight-up gut punch to the soul to see a woman who has clearly been the backbone of her family now feeling ashamed because she can no longer hold a heavy machine to fight back the weeds. When she insisted on paying me $50 for a job that would take me all day and break my back in this Florida heat, I realized that she was not just paying for a clean lawn. She was paying to maintain her dignity in a world that has already stripped away so much of her independence. The property was a total disaster zone, overgrown thickets reaching nearly to the windows, wild grass hiding the path to her front door, and a suffocating humidity that turned the entire yard into a prison of greenery. The city had shown absolutely zero grace to this proud woman, likely hounding her with notices that she could not possibly resolve on her own, effectively telling her that her history of hard work meant nothing if she could not keep up with their aesthetic codes. She told me in a voice that was firm despite her physical frailty that she has never owed anyone a thing in her life, and she was not about to start now, even as she struggled just to walk across her own porch. As I yanked the starter cord on my mower and the engine roared to life, shattering the judgmental hush of the neighborhood, I saw Sue watching from her window, her hands clasped tightly as if she were praying for the mess to finally vanish. Every aggressive pass of my blade through that tangled mess felt like I was physically peeling back the years of stress that had been weighing her down, proving to her that she is not invisible and she is certainly not a burden. The air started to fill with that money smell, the sharp, intoxicatingly sweet scent of fresh-cut grass. A sensory roadmap, I prayed, would tell her that she has friends who are willing to stand in the gap when the world gets too heavy to carry alone. I could feel the Karens of the neighborhood peeking through their pristine blinds, watching a stranger do for free what they had watched a widow struggle with for years without ever lifting a finger. And it gave me a fierce second wind to show them what real deal community and actual brotherhood look like. As the crisp, clean lines of the yard finally surfaced from the dirt and the house began to look like a sanctuary again, the change in her posture was the only reward I ever needed. Sue did not just look happy when I finished. She looked lighter, like the weight of the world had finally been lifted from her shoulders. I realized then that I was not just doing pro bono landscaping. I was restoring a woman's faith in her own neighborhood. Before you scroll past this, please drop a comment with the city you are watching from, because proud elders like Sue deserve our respect and our support, not our pity. If you saw a neighbor struggling with the weight of her own yard and her own pride, would you have the heart to step up and tell her that you are here to help, no strings attached? Like and share this to remind the world that a little kindness goes a long way. And today, we finally delivered a bit of peace to Sue's front door. Sue gave her whole life to this community. So today, we made sure the community finally gave back to her. Faith in humanity is officially restored.